Hello, English language learners. Welcome to Learn English with Dr. DK. So, as you know, I'm going to be live today after so many days, right? बहुत सारे दिन मैं नहीं लाइव सेशन कर सकी, तो we will be doing live sessions, free Zoom speaking classes every Saturday and Sunday, and it will be the same time, जो इंडिया के 8:30 बजे रात के, ठीक है? क्योंकि मैंने देखा है कि काफ़ी स्टूडेंट्स को कन्फ्यूजन होती है टाइम की। पहले था कि सैटरडे को 8 o'clock एंड संडे को 9 o'clock, बट 8:30 सेम टाइम फॉर बोथ डेज। बाकी जो मैंने एक इंग्लिश स्पीकिंग का बेसिक टू एडवांस लेवल का कोर्स स्टार्ट किया है, मैंने 2 सेशन किए हैं, वो जो यूट्यूब पे अपना लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग, but sometimes you plan the things, but things things don't work out the way we want to, right? तो वो ही मेरे साथ हुआ है कि सुबह का जो वो टाइम है वो मुझे सूट नहीं कर रहा। पहली तो प्रॉब्लम है कि आई डोंट नो, सुबह मेरे थ्रोट में थोड़ा अर्ली मॉर्निंग इट्स नॉट क्लियर। पिछली बार भी जब मैंने वो सेकंड सेशन किया, आई हैड टू जस्ट लीव द सेशन इन द मिडल, राइट? काफ़ी मुझे कफ स्टार्ट हो गई थी, तो उसमें मैंने ये सोचा कि आई विल रिकॉर्ड द लेसन्स एंड आई विल अपलोड द लेसन्स, ओके? बट हाँ, जो मैं वीकडेज में कुछ लेसन्स आपके लिए अपलोड करूँगी, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल 3 days करूँ, चाहे मैं मंडे टू वेडनेसडे करूँ या ट्यूसडे टू थर्सडे करूँ, समथिंग लाइक दैट. I didn't plan that 100%, but I will be uploading the lessons. But whatever the activities I will bring for you to practice, those activities we will talk about every Saturday. So उसमें यही है कि आप हो सके तो वो lessons अगर आप देखोगे तो उसके ऊपर हम फिर सैटरडे को डिस्कशन कर सकते हैं या संडे को डिस्कशन कर सकते हैं, ठीक है? सो उसमें I will be covering many skills and everything will be embedded in the lessons. ऐसे नहीं कि हाँ, if you want I can title उनके, but otherwise अगर एक ही title रखो कि basic to advanced, and but when you open the activities it will be embedded, like जैसे कि gradually हम move करेंगे basic to advanced level के skills के ऊपर, okay? So hello MD and Ravi Nair. So if you want to join the session, you are welcome. It's already open, the Zoom session, and today I will be reading the story, which many of you already familiar with that story. We were reading about a dog, so we will be reading that story, and it's like we are on chapter 5. So even if you didn't attend the lessons and you miss those lessons, even then you will pick it up, because we're going to talk like briefly about the previous chapters. We finished in that, okay? So I will paste the link here, that's fine, not a problem. The reason I did not upload the Zoom recorded lessons from our last live class, because it was a lot of work, frankly speaking, because I had to download all those recordings separately and then I had to put it together, and that was like kind of a work for me for hours, right? For 4 or 5 hours I had to go through this and editing, and that's why I decided कि नहीं, ये काम नहीं मेरे से, that's a lot of work. So इससे better है कि live same way we will do. जैसे आज है live आऊंगी मैं, थोड़ा जब तक students आ नहीं जाते उतनी देर I can talk about something, and then by the time when students are in class, then we can start our lesson, our speaking practice, okay? So I know many of you might not like this way, but as you know, I am doing out of like, I really want to help students, right? But this is not my full-fledged job. I am a full-time educator, and whenever I have time, I try to help you. Okay, so please, इसमें yes, ये चैनल शायद थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट है, क्योंकि इसमें वो नहीं है कि हर रोज मैं एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम पे आऊं, या हर रोज मैं एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम पे आपके लिए वीडियो अपलोड करूं, because this is something I am doing secondary level, right? Not the primary, because my primary is my work. Like, I have to be there, and I have to give my full potential to my job also, right? But yes, I am trying. Whenever I have my days off, I try to upload more videos, or I try to do more Zoom sessions. And many of you know, like when I had my summer break, I was here and I was doing pretty much every day live streaming, right? But now it's different because I'm back to my regular routine, and I have some time where I can help you. Hi, Shamshul Haq, good to see you. So if you want to join the Zoom session, you're welcome. And right now I have, let's see who is here. Hello, Ravi Nair. How are you?
Yeah, ma'am, I'm good.
So,
Good.
Ravi, you did this class before?
Sometime I join your class. Sometimes, not regularly, but yes, sometimes.
Yeah, I think I'm familiar with your name. That. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So Ayodhya Soni is here. I hope his, yeah, okay. I think audio is still connecting. So Ravi, did you receive the link through email, or from here you just click on the link?
I already subscribe your channel. Then I get a notification through my YouTube, and then you pasted the link through YouTube.
Oh,
So
okay.
I joined through
YouTube.
live
Okay.
chat.
You never received my email?
No, ma'am, I'm not receiving. No
Oh,
receipt.
okay. Because
But
if you send me the email, then I can email you the link.
okay.
But there are many students. But I think many of them actually forget about the time, or maybe the schedule, like
Yes,
what time.
ma'am. Maybe.
Yeah. So
Because earlier you were getting the link. You are pasting the link on 7 o'clock, I think,
yeah,
at
I will.
Indian time.
Right. So now it's American time.
No, ma'am. Indian time it's mean evening time. 8 o'clock, 8:30, 8:30 evening.
Actually, the now that's what I'm planning. I'm gonna have same time, 8:30, Saturday and Sunday, because otherwise
Yeah,
it's
it's fine, ma'am. Actually, it's fine.
yeah, because otherwise it's very confusing. One day it's 8 o'clock, another day 9, and
Yes, ma'am. It's very confusing, and many of the people not coming from the job. So, and who is coming from the job, they can join easily.
right. So you think 8:30 is a good time?
Yes, ma'am. 8:30 is a good time.
That's good. Okay. So so we have another student. So Ravi, I forgot about you. So you're doing a job. Are you professional or student?
Ma'am, I'm professional. I'm doing job. I'm living in Delhi.
Oh yeah, now I remember. Okay, yes. Okay. So Ayodhya Soni. Hello, Ayodhya.
Hello. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. So your name seems to be new to me. Are you new in this?
Yes, this is my first session, ma'am.
Oh, okay. So tell me about yourself a little bit.
Yeah, ma'am, my name is Ayodhya Soni, and I'm living in Bangalore,
Mhm.
and currently I'm working with a company. As a yes, as an engineer, I started my work.
Oh, that's great. Okay. So Bangalore. Okay. So what's the new name? Bangalore?
Bangalore, yes, yes.
Oh, okay. So no more Bangalore, right?
Yeah, but both people are calling both with both name.
Like same thing like Mumbai or Bombay,
Yes, 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 ma'am.
Madras and Chennai.
Yeah, Chennai is more popular compared
Chennai.
to Madras. Yes.
No, but I remember when we were little, Madras was the only name. Chennai, they gave that name later on. So
Yes, yes. Earlier it was Madras.
Right. Okay. So did you watch my live lessons?
Yes, ma'am. I watched your live lesson 2-3 times, and today I got this message appeared in YouTube. Your live session is going to be 8:30. So just I subscribed on that time
Oh,
because I wanted to join.
oh. So you just subscribed it today?
Yes, yes, ma'am. For this, no, I subscribed, but
Oh,
for this live session, I registered. Yes.
okay, good. So, did you watch the video where we are actually started one story and it's about a dog? And
Okay.
are you familiar with that story? It's already, I covered 4.5 chapters.
It's
So,
okay, ma'am. It's okay. Not an issue.
okay, that's fine. So, so I'm going to share the PowerPoint and then we will talk about it. So what do you think, how you learn the speaking practice? What do you think?
By practicing only we can learn and we can get more confident, because I have lack confidence of speaking English speaking. So I faced many challenges in facing in my career and day-to-day work life. So that I joined you, because by this only I can practice and get more improvement.
So you don't have like a friends or colleagues where you get that atmosphere to practice?
No, ma'am. In my work location or in office, only I can talk with client. But on that time, I am getting some hesitation. So I am speaking very less.
Natural. It's very
Yes,
natural. So what's your first language?
Hindi.
Hindi. Okay.
Yes, I am from MP, Madhya Pradesh. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Shamshul. Hello, Shamshul. Shamshul. Am I saying your name correctly? Hello, Shamshul. Okay. So, hey, MD, how are you?
I'm fine, ma'am. Thank you.
You might be wondering where where Dr. DK disappeared, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, did you watch my Tuesday's live streaming, the basic to advanced lesson?
No, ma'am. Here, my two friends are have died.
Oh, how?
Both were swimming in the pond, and unfortunately, they submerged into the water.
Oh my God. They drowned, right?
Yes, ma'am. They drowned.
You know, that's sad. And like they were swimming in the swimming pool or in the river? Where?
Ma'am, in the pond.
In the pool?
Pond.
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 Oh, pond is more dangerous because pond में तो it's जो कहते हैं वो जो क्या I don't know the specific word, आपके वो पानी में जो soil है वो बहुत wet होती है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, okay, that's more
Body
dangerous.
soil.
Yeah, okay. I thought in the swimming pool, like.
No,
Okay.
ma'am.
So I mean, yeah, it's really sad, but sometimes things happen and not in our control, right?
In the festival, they died.
Oh,
We were celebrating the festival, and they were out of the gathering, and they were taking baths in the pond. Meanwhile, this happened.
and they didn't know how to swim.
No, ma'am. They were unknown to swim.
They knew how to swim.
No, ma'am.
Well, then why they got into the water?
There was too many people swimming, and they were standing outside and watching. Unfortunately, or suddenly, it happened.
They fell down in the water.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
In the depth of about 30 feet.
13 feet deep.
30. 30.
30.
30.
Oh, 30 feet deep pond. Wow. And in pond, actually, that's what I was saying. Swamp is the area where it's more muddy. उसके अंदर जैसे कह लो ना आप धस जाते हो. And
Yes, ma'am.
वो ponds में होता है वो काफी areas. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys. So let's see. MD, you are familiar with that Winn-Dixie story.
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you remember? If you want, just briefly tell other students about that story if you remember anything.
A Windex story. It is a story of a dog, and in India, Windexy. In this, there was some certain similarities between the dog and the owner and the girl. The girl was India poor and something else.
Okay, that's fine.
And there were both were orphan, both were little, and both were unknown to their mother. India poor and the dog. The dog was initially so dirty, so India poor bathed him, and he cleaned his dirty. After that, they she asked.
MD,
Yes, ma'am.
just please. When we summarize the stories, we don't give the little like explanations about it. So let me tell you, this is a story about a dog, and India Opal is a girl. She found that dog in a store, and she brought that dog home. She adopted that dog, and dad was not agree. Dad is a preacher. He was not agree to keep the dog, but then he decided it's okay. India Opal's mother doesn't live with the family. She never know where her mother is. So the dog is also, she connect herself with the dog, and now they are taking the dog to the church also because her father works in the church. So this day dog is in the church and something happened there. Okay, that's what we were on chapter 4th and 5th chapter. Okay, so
Yes,
you
ma'am.
see briefly the information, just to, so when we summarize, we don't give the whole information, we just give the key information about this. Okay, so Shamshul, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, hi, ma'am. How are you?
I am good. Are you the same Samshul who
Yeah.
okay.
I just saw notifications, so
Okay.
I just turned on it and download Zoom right now.
Okay. I know Shamshul when I just had Shamshul maybe 50 subscribers.
No, ma'am. Maybe I was first and second subscriber.
Your internet is
Not 50. Second
yeah.
or third, I think.
Very
Last last day when you joined. Yeah, lack of connectivity in my area. So able to.
Okay, Shamshul, your internet, it's not,
Hello.
I cannot understand anything what you're saying, okay?
Okay.
Yes. Okay, guys, so far, we were reading about,
Ma'am, what's going on? Because I'm new here after a long time. Which class is it?
okay, so, guys, I'm sorry about that. Shamshul's connection was really bad. So who wants to read this and then we will talk about it. Let's see, not MD. I want someone who is here.
Ma'am, I want to read this.
Ye-
Ayodhya.
Yes, Ajodhya, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I believe that Mutt has got some retriever in him, said somebody behind me. That's a hunting dog. When Dixie took the mouse over to the preacher and dropped it at his feet, and when the mouse tried to get away, when Dixie put his paw right on the mouse trail, then he smiled up at the preacher. He showed him at his teeth. The preacher looked down at the mouse. He looked at Winn-Dixie. He looked at me. He rubbed his nose. He got quiet in the picket quick.
Right. Okay, so this one, mutt, do you know what is mutt mean?
No, ma'am, I don't know.
Mutt is the other way to say a dog, but dog with a lot of hair, okay? The
Yes,
furry
ma'am.
dogs. Yes, people
Okay.
call that sometimes mutt. And mutt also sometimes people use for other person that sounds like or behave like stupid. I know that's not a kind of like a word, but if someone is just kind of like ordering you, oh, do this for me, do this for me, say, hold on. Mutt is kind of like a mean way to say someone like you are stupid, right? But if you use this word for a dog, it's like a furry dog, mutt. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So what actually happened is they are in the church. India Apal is in the church, and preacher, India Apal's father was preaching. Preaching means वो जो preacher जैसे कह लो अगर आप मस्जिद में जाते हो तो वहां पे जैसे वो तकरीर करते हैं मुल्ला अगर आप
कोई गलती से दिखा लाने भाई नहीं खानी
यस आप मंदिर में जाओ कुछ भी जो रिलीजियस बात करते हैं जो वहां पे
राजे दुध पीला दुध पी के जो शिशु कितना ना पुੱਤ ਉੱਤੇ
oh please, who is there? Wow, what is that? Keep yourself muted, please. Okay, so this one, so this dog is very smart, okay, and he saw a mouse in the church. So what he did, what they are saying, what people are saying, that's like a hunting dog. Hunting dogs are very smart, right? So that's what he did. He brought the dog and he put it where he put the dog. Sorry, mouse. Where did he put that mouse? Anyone? Where did he put the mouse? So first of all, just let me know the Winn-Dixie is a dog. Keep in mind, okay? So he took the mouse over to the preachers. So he took them over to the preacher means preacher is his owner, in other words. And he dropped it at his feet. His. Who is his here?
Preacher.
Preacher, excellent. And when the mouse tried to get away, so mouse is dead or alive?
Alive.
Alive, right? Because only alive mouse can try to get away, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But Winn-Dixie put his paw. So I hope you all know the paw, जो पैर है उसका, right? पंजा, paw. उसने उसके right on the mouse tail. So he put his paw right on the mouse tail. Then he smiled at the preacher. Now you might be surprised at how the dog can smile, but this dog is very smart. And if you are familiar with how the dog behaves, and if you are a dog owner, you can easily, see their expressions and the gestures and how they behave, right? So you easily can understand their behavior. So he showed him all his teeth. That means when the dog is kind of like showing his teeth and looking at you, and they have expression that they did something great, right? And he was happy. The preacher looked down at the mouse. He looked at Winn-Dixie. He looked at me. He rubbed his nose. Now, when he says he looked at me, first of all, let me tell you, this story is a first person's point of view. If you have any question, what is the point of view means first person? Anyone? Who
Dog.
No, at
No,
me.
ma'am.
Me is, okay, let me tell you, this story is written by a girl. Like a girl is telling her story that I went to the store, I found a dog, I brought the dog home, I told my dad I want to keep it. So girl is the actual owner of this dog, right? She is the one who is close to this dog. So but the father is now also, because she lives with her father. So she's saying he looked at me. That means the preacher looked at her daughter. Okay. He rubbed his nose. It got quiet in the picket quick. Picket quick is an area in the church. Okay. I mean, if you want to know more about the story, you can go back and watch some of the previous lessons. Okay. Then you will have more connection with this. Okay. So, who is my next reader? The one is new in this class and want to, who is Vivo? Vivo 1935? Who is Vivo? Okay, Ravi Nair, let's read this one, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Let us pray, the picture finally said for this mouse, and everybody started laughing and clapping. The picture picked up the mouse by the tail and walked and threw it out the front door, and everybody applauded again. I have never in my life seen a dog catch a mouse, said Mr. Miller. She was sitting next to me. He's a special dog, I told her. I imagine, so she said back.
Right. So now, preacher is saying, let us pray. The preacher finally said, for this mouse. So let us pray for who? For this mouse. And everybody started laughing and clapping. So why people started laughing and clapping? They were like praying for a dog, praying for a mouse, right? Okay, so the preacher picked up the mouse by the tail and walked and threw it where? Out the
front door.
Front door, right? And everybody applauded. Applauded means clapping.
Clap.
Right? I have never in my life seen a dog catch a mouse, said Mrs. Miller. She was sitting next to me. So telling us this story, a girl, India Opal. She is telling us this whole story. And the dog is India Opal's dog. And the preacher is her father. So she said, so Mrs. Miller, the another lady in the church, she was saying that she never saw any dog in her life who can catch a mouse. Is there anyone here saw any dog in your life who catch a mouse or cat? Anyone? Anyone saw any dog?
No,
or-
ma'am.
No, ma'am, no.
No, never.
No, ma'am, no, never.
Because I know in India, the dog and the cat, they can never live together. They are enemies for each other, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Yes. But here in America, in Western countries, I don't know, the dogs are not enemies. The dog and cat, many of them had a very good relation. I don't know why. I was very surprised actually when I came here, and I had a same mindset that the dogs and cats, they will never stay together. But here I saw so many dogs and cats. And even if you go out and there is a cat and the dog, they're not gonna fight at all. It's very different. I have no clue why. Okay. So he is a special dog. I told her. So you know, if you already familiar with the story, Subhash, so India, Opal, always feel proud about this dog, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
because she thinks this dog is her friend, right? She treats him like a friend. She talks to him like a friend. So she thinks he's a very smart dog. I imagine so, she said back. Who said back? Who is she said back? I imagine so. Who said this?
That girl.
No, Mrs. Miller.
Mrs. Miller.
She's talking to Mrs. Miller, right? Mrs. Miller said, I have never seen in my life, right? The dog like this. And she said, no, he's special dog. So that in this, these 4 lines, she is having a conversation with Mrs. Miller, India. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next slide. Who is my next reader? Didn't get a chance to read. Subhash, read this one and then Andy, you will read.
Okay, ma'am. My dog stood up there in front of the whole church, wagging his tail and holding the mouse carefully in his mouth. Holding on to him tight but not squeezing him. Then he came back, and we all prayed together. I prayed for my mama. I told God how much she would have enjoyed hearing the story of Winn-Dixie catching the mouse. It would have made her laugh. I asked God if maybe I could be the one to tell her that story someday. Thank you, ma'am.
Right. So now she misses her mother, right? Because her mother is not in the picture. She never saw her mother. And now this is the moment where she really wants to share her joy. And what is her joy at this moment? What is her joy here? That her dog, what he did? He
Catch
caught
the
the
mouse.
right? He caught
Catch the mouse.
So that's why she's feeling like a proud and she's very happy about it. And she just want to share this with her mother. And the mother is not in the picture. Okay. So let's read on the next one. MD.
And then I talked to God about how I was lonely in Naomi because I didn't know that many kids, only the ones from church, and there weren't that many kids at Open Arms. Just
Dunlap.
Dunlap and Steve, two brothers. Steve, two brothers who weren't twins but looked they were. and Amanda, whose face was always pinched up like she was smiling something bad. Sweetie Pay Thomas, who was only 5 years old and still mostly a baby. And one of them wanted to be my friend because they probably thought I would tell on them to pressure for every little thing that I did wrong, and then they would get in trouble with God and their parents. So I told God that I was lonely, even having Windex.
Okay, so I'm going to read this one time, and I just want you to pay attention to the some of the words also, the pronunciation wise, and then we will talk about it. Okay, so then I talked to God about how I was lonely in Naomi because I didn't know that many kids, only the ones from church. So she didn't know many kids over there. The only kids she knows are from where? From the
From
church,
church.
because
Church.
she goes to church with her father because her father is preacher, right? And there weren't many kids at Open Arms. Open Arms is what? Church. The church name is Open Arm Church. Remember that? Okay. So the kids are only Dunlap and Stevie, two brothers who weren't twins but looked they were. You know twins? Twins are the children they born together from same mother at the same time, right? Maybe the difference is between 2 or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but they born together, they are twins. But he said, she's saying they are not twins, but they look like they are twins. Okay, they maybe height wise they are same, maybe their age difference is not much, maybe just a 1 year difference, right? So they look same. And Amanda, whose face was always pinched up like she was smelling something bad. So her face is like what? Like this. You know, some people have that kind of a face. They're not smiley. They're just kind of like look tense. That's what she's describing these other children. And she didn't like any one of them, right? So whose face was always pinched up like she was smelling something bad. Sweetie Pie Thomas, that's another kid, who was only 5 years old and still mostly a baby. So, did you notice something? That she is finding something in every kid, and that is like a negative, right? Who was only 5 years old and still mostly a baby. And none of them wanted to be my friend. So all these kids, Dunlap, Stevie, Amanda, then what you say, Sweetie Pie Thomas, they all of them, none of them means koi bhi nahi, none of them wanted to be my friend. Anyway, because they probably, this word is probably thought I would tell on them. Tell on them means उनकी शिकायतें लगाऊंगी मैं. I will tell on them to the preacher. Preacher कौन है?
Our father.
Yeah, but father.
Because they were scared from India Opal. They didn't want to be her friend because for every little thing they did wrong. अगर उन्होंने कोई गलत काम किया, कोई झूठ बोला, कोई चोरी की, कुछ की, you know what the children do, right? Some kind of stuff. और कुछ language ऐसी बोली आपस में, किसी को गाली दे दी, right? Something, anything wrong. They didn't want to be India Opal's friends because they knew India Opal is preacher's daughter, right? So they didn't want what? They probably thought I would tell on them to the preacher. That means कि मैं preacher को उनकी शिकायत कर दूंगी. I will tell on them to the preacher. And then they would get in trouble with God and their parents, right? If you remember, I know when I was a little kid, we used to have that kind of fear too. Okay, पाप लगेगा. In other words, right? I don't know if you are familiar with those. बच्चों को कह देते हैं ना, ये मत करना, आपको पाप लगेगा, right? So something like that. So इस तरह से कि God का भी डर है उनको और अपने पेरेंट्स का भी डर है अगर कुछ गलत करेंगे. So I told God that I was lonely even having Win Dixie. Why? Why she is still lonely? Subhash.
Because nobody wants to be friends with her.
Right, but Winn-Dixie is not human. Winn-Dixie is a dog.
Yeah,
And you remember that she talks to Winn-Dixie and Winn-Dixie just look at her because he cannot talk. He's a dog, right? She just talked to him. No, Winn-Dixie is the only living thing, I will say, who she share her personal feelings, right? Okay, now, any question on the screen?
No, ma'am.
Anyone wants to talk about? So, and finally, I prayed for the mouse. Like the preacher suggested, I pray that he didn't get hurt when he went flying out of the door of the open arms. I prayed that he landed on a nice, soft patch of the grass. So India, Opal was praying to God. So she was praying to God for what? That she doesn't want that anyone can get hurt, or especially this mouse, right? So these were her feelings, how she was feeling about it. Okay. So is there anyone in this class? I know the ones they were before in this class. No one has a dog. Is there anyone in this class has a dog, pet, or any other pet at home? Not right now, maybe in your lifetime till now.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
But I like dogs.
You like dogs. Okay. What kind of dogs do you like?
That is not matter which kind of dogs. Every dog I like animals.
Like dogs. Okay. So Ravi, you are in Delhi, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But there are many stray dogs, right? Galiyon mein jo-
Yes, ma'am. There are many street dogs, ma'am. Yes.
Yes.
But people are aware. People are keeping the breed in dogs breeds
breed.
of dogs. They are keeping the Labrador, maybe the breeds of the dogs and
Yeah.
pugs.
Different breed.
Pugs.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
they are keeping that dogs, but they are not keeping the street dogs.
Oh, yeah.
They are not, even they don't keep the dog at home. Street dogs.
Right. Yeah, because
It's actually trend right now. They are keeping the breed only.
oh, you mean okay, the one those they are actually, yeah, because but I mean I have seen many videos from India too where people are adopting the stray dogs also. Stray, you say street dogs in English, in American English. I don't know the British English what they call, but here we call stray, stray, stray dogs. जो ऐसे आवारा होते हैं dogs. Okay, so let's see. So let's talk about, if you remember, if you want to talk anything about what we read so far, and then we're gonna talk about something else.
Ma'am, I would like to talk about.
Okay.
Ma'am, actually, I had a dog. I had also a dog.
Oh, that's interesting.
And he was so loyal. We used to give her everything, and he was so loyal. But when he was small, we feed him well and take care of him very well. But when he becomes big, and then he don't want to stay in our house compound,
Oh,
and we used to feed him everything he want. And but when he get bigger, and then he
left?
yes ma'am, whenever we left him for just walk, and we used to roam him around our house, then he used to rust and run away from our house. And then we tried our best to keep him inside our compound, but we couldn't do that, and we left him like a straight up. But
You just let him go? Let him go?
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to go, then go, right? That's what
yeah,
you did?
we'll let him go. And but he always used to came around our compound, and we feed him. And when we feed him, after that he just run away. And
So he was visiting you just when he was hungry.
yes ma'am. And but at night he used to sit in front of our house.
Oh, right.
And we never keep him inside our wall, and we just keep doing that, and for a long time. And after some time he was killed in an accident.
Oh, he got killed in accident.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he got killed, and we got to know about that incident, and we just we couldn't see that, and we buried him on the ground.
Oh, you buried him, right? Okay.
And we just but he was very lovely dog, if I have to remember him as a dog. But he was very lovely dog.
Labrador? Okay. Okay. Labradors are very gentle dogs, very gentle. I
Yes,
used to
ma'am.
have Labrador. Yeah, they're very gentle. Yeah. So, I mean, so that dog, your dog, was actually wanted to live his life freely, right?
Yes,
He didn't
ma'am. Yeah,
want
yeah.
to be under your control, where you're gonna tell him sit or not sit, or sit here or not. But he wanted to be around you, your family, for his needs, right? Because when he was hungry, or another thing, if you noticed, he was sleeping outside, close to your home. So
Yes, ma'am.
he was kind of like taking care of your family too at the same time, right? And
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
why I say the dogs, they are very loyal, they are very honest towards they are actually the true friends of a human, right? Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
I know. We used to have a same kind of a dog when I was a little girl. She was a female dog. Her name was Ruby. I still remember, and had pretty much the same characteristics, where she didn't want to be on leash. Leash means rassi ke saath band ke rehna. She never liked it, and she all liked to have the same thing. Had her own freedom, was roaming around, and then whenever she wanted to get fed, and she was there morning, evening, every time. She was eating from our home, living outside pretty much the same way. Yes. Yeah. So anyone else want to share any experience with dogs?
Yes, ma'am. I have one experience. Even I see regularly one lady where I am working. There was one lady. She's age is around 40 to 45. She's making food daily, regularly. From last 1 year, I see regularly. From last 1 year, she's making food for street dogs.
Right.
Not only single one dogs. There are many dogs, around 10 to 15 dogs where
She's
in
feeding
area, street dogs. So she's making for food. Even someone is hitting, if someone is hitting the dog accidentally, even someone is, you know, पत्थर जब फेंकते हैं किसी पे, कुत्ते पे फेंक देते हैं पत्थर.
to hurt them, right? Throwing stones.
हाँ, throwing stones, ma'am. So she will fight with the man immediately.
Yeah,
She will fight with everyone.
right. She's
She,
protecting.
yeah, she's protecting the dogs. she's a, we can say she is a singam of there to protecting the dog, street dogs, even.
Right. So the dogs have many enemies and only one caretaker or a friend, right?
Yes, ma'am. There is a one only taker. She is doing regularly. It is seriously, it is from my heart, core heart. We never do this kind of job. We
Right.
never do.
Yeah.
Never do. Because street dogs is not the normal dogs. They can bite easily. They can barking to the people
But
easily.
Ravi,
But
one thing is there. One thing is there. Why the dog are aggressive? Think
yes,
about
ma'am.
it. Think about it. Because most of the people, and you are just saying that
Yes, ma'am.
pretty much everyone is trying to hit them or throw stones at them, and the only woman is just protecting them. So
Yes,
how
ma'am.
they behave with that woman? Did you ever notice about dogs? How they treat her? What do you think?
मैम मैं आपको कैसे बताऊं, वो लेडी इतनी अच्छी है कि उन डॉग्स को अपने हाथों से खाना खिलाती है, जबरदस्ती उनके मुंह में हाथ डाल के खाना खिला देती हैं.
Okay, then who is the defaulter here? The people or the dogs?
No, ma'am. Exactly, the people are the defaulters there.
Oh yeah. So if that lady has so much good, like, connection with those dogs, they love her, she loves them, and then that means the dogs are not bad. People are making them aggressive. People are making them mad. What do you think? Think about yourself also. If someone is not treating us well, do you think you're gonna like that person? No.
Right, ma'am.
The same
Even
kind.
ma'am, she is fighting with the government also, because there are many peoples over there who is complaining regularly for took the dogs from here through MCD, Municipal Corporation of Delhi, through MCD. They are complaining there. When MCD came to the area, she fighting with the MCD department.
Right.
Even still one dog not taking MCD just because of she.
She didn't let them to take any dog from there, right? Yes.
Right, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm watching this regularly.
Ravi, instead of watching, you should pitch in. You should help her.
Yeah, ma'am. I try to help, but it's not. I'm not in that मैं वो कह सकते हैं, मैं उस सिचुएशन पे उस टाइम पे नहीं होता, बिकॉज मैं अपनी ड्यूटी कर रहा होता हूँ, तो मेरी जॉब होती है, तो मैं वहाँ बाउंडेड हूँ वहाँ के लिए.
No, that's fine. Do you ever throw any stone towards the dog? Did you try to hurt dogs ever?
Ma'am, I never do the stone to the dogs. Even I always pampering the dogs. I always given some food to the dogs.
Right.
Even we are eating somewhere, so we have to, हम कुछ उसमें से निकाल के हम dogs के लिए डाल देते हैं, so that they can also eat.
Right. See, the dogs are very smart. Most of them, I will say, doesn't matter the breed or anything, but most of them are good. It depends on how we treat them. Okay. And even if you ever noticed, I don't know, when you see a dog and you start, if you get scared or you try to run away, they're gonna come after you. Okay, because they don't understand what happened to you, why you are getting so like hyper, and they get hyper too. And if you start screaming, they're gonna be more hyper. So because I have a lot of experience with dogs, because we had many dogs in my lifetime. My last dog passed away 2 years ago here in America. It was a cockapoo, cocker spaniel, and a poodle. It was a mixed dog, and he was solid black. Solid means bilkul black color ka tha wo.
Jet black. We can call it jet black.
Yeah, we say solid black. In American English, it's solid black. And
yes, ma'am.
he was tiny dog, not very tiny, but like only 25 pounds uska weight tha. So he actually had a heart attack. So he just died very quickly in 5 minutes. I mean, we still miss him. He was a part of our family. He was a very smart dog, very gentle and smart dog. Yeah. So I know. Anyone, Suman, Tasneem, anyone wants to share any experience with dogs or any other pet?
Actually, miss, I am afraid about dog because they too much shout and like I can't love him because of that.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So do you have dogs?
And when I was coming to come back from school, then I was afraid because of there are a lot of street dogs, and in that case I don't like dog, but I have some bird.
Oh, the birds.
Yeah,
Birds?
miss.
Oh, okay. So do you have the dog same way like a dog in India?
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, I thought in Bangladesh it's a little different. You are
So
in Bangladesh.
in our area there's a lot of dog.
Oh, okay. So it's same. I mean, in India, when I was little, I remember the municipal corporation, they used to take all these dogs and no, actually they used to come and they used to give them what you call some kind of pills, and the dogs were like dying, and when they were dead they just gonna pick it up and put them on the truck and are taking them. And I never had that kind of experience where there were so many street dogs. But now when we go to India, sometimes I am also not comfortable to be out of the house because they are aggressive. Because I don't have that kind of time where I can start building the relationship with the dogs, but I don't get scared from the dogs. Like if I will see a dog in the street, I will never run away from the dog. I will try to talk to the dog. And if you talk, they listen you. Believe me, try it. Instead of running away from the dog, just stay calm. And if they come to you, if they bark and say, oh, so what do you want? Like you can say in your language, are you hungry? You just stay calm and you will notice they will be calm too. But
Yeah,
when you
yes, there's in the corona pandemic, there's a lot of shopper closed. In that case, the dogs couldn't make their food. In that case, it's a long time ago. I mean, in our country's zoo, there's a deer, and some dogs are into the zoo and killed some deer.
oh, okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, so see, even the deer also, the deers are also friendly. You might not gonna believe it, but I have a lot of deers in my backyard. मेरे घर के पीछे बहुत deer हैं, deer हैं, rabbits हैं, बहुत सारे fox भी हैं, and जो deer हैं, my next door neighbor, she used to feed them. Now they moved somewhere else, but she used to feed the deers every evening, and they knew that, right, they're gonna get a food from there, so they used to come to her house in the backside and she was feeding them. So they were very friendly, and she even named them. Some of the deer, she had names for them too. Yeah. So but dogs, I know that I like kind of like I have a lot of understanding about dogs because we had many pets. And because I know one of my friends here also, she has a very big dog, very big, and all other friends, they are so scared from him. And when I go to her house, I always always talk to him. His name is Jiga. He's a very big dog. And he's so, you know what he does? When you talk to him, he's just gonna bring his ball and he wants to play with him with the ball. So he loves to play.
I love little dogs, but
Yeah, we make them aggressive. Yeah. So anyone else want to talk? Anyone else want to talk? Who is the Vivo 1935?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to
Yes.
talk anything about dog? Your experience better or
Yes,
good?
ma'am. Yes. I want to share the experience of my sister with a dog. When she was young, she had fear of dog because and after marriage, in their in-laws family, there are two dogs in their in the in-laws family, and I was thinking that how can she live there because they are about the fear of dog. So and after some days they share with the experience, they share with me with the experience of dog, that dogs are very loyal, and that dog playing with her, and they feel very happy because there is a first experience with the dog. So uh, I when after marriage I was thinking that how can she live there because there is a too much fear in their mind about the animals like dog. So but after some day when after 2 weeks they after the marriage of her marriage, and they share that dogs are very loyal, and sometimes they give food to him, and there are two dogs in their house. And after their marriage, actually suddenly the dogs was ill, and they was literally crying because they are too much bonding with their dog. And because the dog had some kidneys problem, and after 2-3 weeks he was died. And they was my sister shared the experience with the dog that I had never seen this type of dog. So so I can say that I was never thinking that she was because their mind has their mind is too much fear, and when
She has
they
phobia. That's like a phobia when you have that kind of a
yes
fear.
yes yes
But that dog
but
was so nice that it just
but
changed her attitude towards dogs, right?
yes, there was too much bonding with the dog.
Right. So it's very natural. I
Yes,
mean,
yes,
yeah. So that's a good thing that she just got rid of her fear and,
because she has too much phobia.
right. Yeah.
I was yes
No, it's not a big deal. I mean, I remember when my son was little, he got bitten by a dog here in America, and he was kind of like scared from dogs. But then we adopted the dogs, and we had a dog. Then we bought a dog, like two dogs so far we had here, and now they want third one. But now it's like I don't want it because it's a lot of work. Also, when you keep a dog, it's a big responsibility because especially you get stuck whenever you want to go somewhere out of town and you have to have someone to take care of them, right? So sometimes I just leave them in the dog center where we pay them. It's like a hotel for dogs, right? So I remember when I used to go to out of country, or I used to leave my dog in there, and when we used to come back and I'm gonna pick him up from there, he was so upset with me. Sometimes he didn't even looked at us or family, everyone. He was not used to talk to us for 2-3 days because he was angry with us, like, why you left me by myself and you all were not there, right? So they have feelings. Believe me, some of the feelings, they just behave like humans. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Dogs are very intelligent.
Right, very intelligent. So Suman Kumari, is that you who posted so many crying faces in my link in the Zoom chat? Is that you, Suman? Or
Yes, yes, ma'am.
oh my God! So you were crying so much there. What happened? I sent you the email, didn't I? Did you email? If you emailed me, I definitely sent you the link. Okay, so you don't need to cry that much. Come on, girl, you were crying so much. I was like, well, who is this? Okay, so now I will be.
Ma'am, I want to share something.
Yes.
Ma'am, when I was kid, approx 7 or 2 year old, then a dog made me run, and then since then I am afraid of dog. But
The
ma'am,
dog bit
dogs
you?
are I like ma'am dogs because dogs are so
You are scared
like
from
horror.
dogs? Are
Yes,
you?
ma'am.
Oh, no. Okay, listen to me. Don't get scared from dog. When you see them, just behave like nothing is happening, okay? Like just behave normal, the way you behave all the time. When you see the dog, they're not gonna bit you. Believe me, they're not gonna come close to you like that. They might gonna bark you, but if you stay calm, then they will be calm too. But if you get aggressive, you get scared, then they get more aggressive, they get more hyper. That's the way they react. Okay, so guys, if you like this lesson, please like wo jo like karne wala, right? Thumbs up.
Okay, ma'am.
And I will see you tomorrow, and try to be in class on time, because otherwise I have to wait, and I don't think it's a good idea to wait online for so long, because if people
Can you make your class a time advance? I mean, it's too late for me in
it's the same
Bangladesh.
8:30. It's a 8:30 Indian time, evening, like night time, 8:30 Indian time, Saturday and Sunday. Okay.
Okay, I think I became.
today, ma'am?
Yes. Otherwise, everyone has their own
Yes, I
time.
thought that it's a 9 p.m. in India. I think.
I don't know what time it's in Bangladesh and in India, but
Yeah, I thought that your class will be happen in 9 p.m. in India. So, and in that case, I became late.
no, it's a 8:30 Indian time. So yours is 9 o'clock in Bangladesh, I think.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So, okay, guys. So if you have any family or friends, share the channel, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day and stay blessed.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.